like 9 a.m. until 3, which is a long span for me to be gone. But yeah, I just had to get out. All right. Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker.
Picker. Boom, 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 boom. I knew that I would. Do, 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 do. I feel fine. Na, na, na.
Monday morning.
Woo!
Monday morning with James Brown.
James Brown coming live. No, coming over the airwaves on brchickpicker.com.
BR549. Oh, my goodness. All
Coming
right.
to the airwaves on BR549. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little goofy this morning.
Nothing wrong with goofy.
Because
trying to get my things working here.
Because I went to auctions till I could not auction no more.
Let's see, where did I end up first? So I went to the Dollar General just to pick up some things, a few things.
Yeah.
Didn't really plan on doing anything else, but they had a 70% off clearance. So I did that and got some stuff. For pretty cheap, fairly cheap.
Stuff to list.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And some of it may even go to Amazon. I haven't scanned anything, but I'll look and see if it can go to Amazon. I'll ship it out, and that'll be good. But if it doesn't, then I can just list it on eBay and sell it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to the thrift store, and just the thrift store that I always go to, and they had 50% off. So.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. I got some clothes, which I don't need clothes, but that's some good stuff, and I had just went there like maybe a week before, and I don't know, there was some things that I just wasn't willing to pay full price for, which full price there is usually max is like $5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tom. He said he's trying to get in. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Frankie. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Hank. So I got some stuff there. Picked up some shoes. I picked up a purse, a leather purse. There wasn't a whole lot, but I picked up some key overalls.
Hold it. Silence.
Hold it.
Who needs to silence?
Okay, I'm good. Now I said silence, which meant be quiet, so I could turn everything off.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm good now.
Okay, glad you're good.
Lori.
Morning, Lori. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning.
So I went to the thrift store. Then I had to go to Walmart because I had to get groceries, just a few things. And did I get anything I don't think I picked up anything at Walmart other than just my grocery stuff. Yeah, and then I went to an estate sale. So I got some cologne. I got some jewelry. I got an Elgin watch.
Ooh.
Yeah. I got a partially naked lady in a photo, which is kind of interesting to me because on the back it says North Hollywood something. Of course, California. So, but it was like an old Victorian picture, and she had like her underclothes, the bottom half on, and then she had her shirt off, and so I don't know. It was kind of kind of interesting. I know,
Somebody's going
Tom.
through a change in her life.
Shut up, Tom. No. I recognize good art when I see it.
Okay.
And so.
I was a real connoisseur of naked women when I was about 15 years old.
All right.
Now it's bring me a cup of coffee and a piece of pie and we'll call it good.
So.
Well, I'm glad you bought a lot of stuff over the weekend.
Well, I wasn't glad I bought a bunch of stuff, but I'm glad I found
it listed.
Well, I've been working on it. It's not like it's been sitting here looking pretty. Move it in, ship it out. That's my goal. What is going on here?
Not me. I just bought a bunch of stuff to add to the death pile.
No, I'm getting it. I worked on it all day yesterday. And I got a good chunk of it. I worked on clothes all day yesterday, so because I felt like I was drowning because I couldn't see anything. I couldn't even see the front door. So I was like, all right, I gotta get this. This is number one right here. So I think I have two pieces of clothing left, and then oh, stop it. Stop.
Morning, Craig. Good morning, Shanna. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Hank.
Good morning.
Good morning, Queen City Picker. Good morning,
Morning, Hank.
Texas Tigress.
Oh my
Golly.
gosh. What in the world?
What?
Well,
No. What? No. What? No. What?
I think that
Y'all
was
show the old girl some love and give her a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Old girl.
I was gonna say, hey, you call her old girl?
And I said,
Oh,
yeah.
Lord, come on.
Hey, Sally Ann.
Fine then, don't.
There's that girl.
Yep.
The other old girl.
Not you.
I made it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody else wants to say hi. Come here. There. Say hello and then go.
It's a
There's it.
Q-tip with legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got groomed last weekend. Can't tell now because he's been playing, but here's Spanish, your sister.
Oh my
Give me that.
gosh. Stop it. Stop. Okay. Maybe I got it.
All right, you need to go. Go on. You're too hyper for me this morning. Go on, go play. Ow. And there you go.
So we got Shauna,
No wrestling in here. Get. Go.
Johanna, Craig. Carol says, "Oh, girl, Tom, I may have to smack you."
Quit. Oh, he's a pain in the butt.
Oh my gosh, what's going on with this thing?
Why? What's wrong?
I don't know.
Glitchy?
No, just being.
I thought you said wedgie.
No.
You never know about
Budgie.
Sally.
It's gonna be one of those days. I
Got a
dropped a
wedgie.
bottle of water on the floor this morning, and the bottle busted. There's water everywhere. I was like, I hadn't even had my coffee yet. I was like, see what kind of day it's gonna be.
Mhm.
Oh, and there's Julie. Good morning, Julie.
Julie.
That's right, Craig. Tom's the old girl himself. Tom, you're muted. I don't know why you're muted, but you're muted.
Yeah, that's the way
Do not-
I like it.
Do not encourage the lady, Craig.
Encourage, encourage. Yeah.
The phone ringing was somebody wanting to sell me a timeshare
Ah.
at Myrtle Beach.
What?
I'm like, no, thank you. Well, we've got some good deals. No, thank you. Have a great day.
That's
Well,
when
let
you tell them.
Let me give you some price. Let me give you a couple of prices. No, thank you. If I want to buy a timeshare, I know where to go to buy it because a buddy of mine has bought like 4 for like $200.
Oh my gosh.
People want to get rid of them, and he's got them, and he can stay for about 2 weeks in the same damn house or the same building. Okay.
Wow.
Well, let me give you my number if you change your mind.
Nope.
I'm not looking for Myrtle Beach, thank you.
Sally, you doing all right?
Yes.
Are you off?
I'm off for 3.
Oh, good. How's your trainee doing?
Great.
Oh, that's good.
He did donuts basically by himself last night.
Good.
Well, good. Didn't set the building on fire.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
No, he actually came in because I was in the cooler because we just had a reset. So I was trying to, work all that out because it's madness most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm in the cooler and he comes in there and he goes, Sally, help, the kitchen's on fire.
Oh.
And then he starts laughing. He's like, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
And the only thing I can think of was that was the first time I think anybody's ever called that a kitchen.
Not that it was on fire, but it's
Nope.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
I don't call it the kitchen. I call it the back room because all it is a table and an oven.
Right.
And that's it. I mean, it's not really a kitchen. It's got a sink. It's got 2 sinks, but it's not a kitchen.
Well,
Carol, do not encourage Craig.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm off for 3.
me
Well, that's
too.
good.
I missed you.
I miss you too.
Did you watch?
Yes, I watched it this morning.
Oh, good.
On Sling, I got the I guess Brandon got the DVR,
Ah.
which is kind of cool.
Yes.
I didn't even know that we could get that, and or that it was available.
Yep.
And so I Brandon got that, and I was like, that's cool because I know next week I told him I was going to be working, and I was like, I didn't know what I was going to do,
Yeah.
How much is Sling?
Huh?
Depends on the
How much is
package you
Sling?
get.
Yeah.
Mine's
It's
I think
30.
It's 30-ish.
Yeah.
A year or a month?
No, a
Month.
month. It's pricey, but it's got got a lot of channels. There's a lot.
It's
of
a
channels.
really good alternative for people that are wanting to go from paying regular cable prices
Uh-huh.
to it's alternative because with $30, I mean and sometimes you can get even Showtime for like $5.
Mhm.
So as like an add-on or whatever. And you just you know what you do is you just binge watch whatever you need to watch.
Yep.
through the Showtime on demand. And
If you got any kind of referral link, Sally, throw it in the chat or put it in Facebook group.
I don't think there is anything. Do
I
you?
don't think so. Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
I usually do Sling for the length of The Walking Dead, and then I will end it, and then I'll go to another alternative. But yeah, I like the shows on AMC though.
Mm-hmm.
I like a lot of their shows. So
Did you watch that first episode of that one last night?
I started to. I didn't like it.
That was freaking stupid.
I didn't like it.
Is it really?
I don't know. Maybe I gotta watch it more, but I was so confused.
There's only
two. Like,
is there only 2 parts?
no, I don't think so. I think it's a series. There's another one coming on tonight.
Yeah, I think it's a 2-part series.
And it's supposed to be on, I don't know.
yeah, I didn't care for it. What little I watched, it was.
What were
just
you
like,
talking about? What show?
Dispatches from somewhere or from elsewhere or something like
Yeah.
that. It's got the guy from How I Met Your Mother in it.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
It was
I don't watch
okay,
TV.
but
It was way out there.
It was pretty. Yeah, you had to watch it. You couldn't just look up every once in a while. You had to really watch it to know what was going on.
And I watched it and I still didn't know what was going on. I'm like, and I ended up finding Titanic and I watched that last night instead.
I don't have time to watch TV. I have keeping up with all the freak shows that I watch on YouTube. Keep me kind of covered up.
Freak shows, huh?
Yeah, I'm just joking. And all these resellers that have all these shows.
Carol, I do hide in the cooler sometimes.
Mine either.
It's like going to the casino. You lose all track of time, and sometimes you feel like you've been in there for 3 hours and you've only been in there for 20 minutes. Sometimes you go in there and you're, working away and stuff, and the time speeds up. So
Do you lock the front door, or you go in the cooler when somebody else is like transitioning between the 2 shifts?
She goes in there. If she's by herself, she just goes in there, and then when a customer comes in,
the door rings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have a chance to really do any kind of transitioning. I mean, it's a little easier when you're training somebody because you got, you got 2 people there, but the most of the time you only just have one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they have somebody there from, I think somebody gets there at 9, 8 or 9, depending on what day it is and if we're getting on orders and stuff like that. But if it's just a regular day, I think 9, they come in at 8 or 9, and then there's like another person that comes in at like noon, and then those people stay on until like 5, and then somebody else comes in at 5 and takes over for PMs, and then so there's like 2 people, 2 people in the morning, 2 people in the morning up till noon, and then 2 people in the afternoon, and then at about 5 or 6 they leave, and then there's only one person all night. So
I never understood that, but I mean, I understand, it's a little slower at night, but that's when you do a lot of your stocking and a lot of, if you have a chance, sometimes you don't get a chance.
yeah.
Yeah, they have to have at least somebody come in there and, for like 4 hours and throw stock.
Mm.
It'd be nice. And there's actually, I can't fall asleep in the cooler. It'd be nice if you know, we had somebody do that, and we do have somebody that could, except that she works another job, and so that kind of takes precedence over
Right.
coming in. So, but it would be nice if she, even if she could do that once a weekend, that would be really good.
Yeah. Hey, fishing and picking.
Yeah, it's a cool 30 something degrees in there.
I'd be yawning and
Sometimes I come out of there and I'm sweating.
oh my gosh. Surprised you're not sick. Hey, Family Dana. Good morning.
Hey, Dana.
Joanna, that Handmaid's Tale will warp your mind.
Oh my gosh, such a good show.
I love it.
And
I haven't
she
seen
is
it.
really put out a lot of she's in quite a few movies. That Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, she's in that Invisible Man that's out right now.
Yes.
That looks like it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
That looks like it's gonna be really good.
Good job, Julie. Good job. She said she had
That's awesome,
16
Julie.
today.
16 sales.
That's awesome.
That is amazing.
So your Uncle Tom loves you better than your mom does, because I applauded and recognized that you'd already got 16.
Man,
Anyway,
Tom's just looking to get kicked off today or something.
right?
I'm trying.
Give him a Snickers.
Man.
Yeah, I know. Handmaid's Tale comes out in June.
June
And
or July. It might be July.
oh yeah.
That's what I read.
Oh.
You know the English
I know.
comedy duo French and Saunders?
I've heard of them.
Okay, they're funny as hell. They do a lot of skit. Jennifer Saunders was Adina in Absolutely Fabulous. If you know what that is, that's a British show. And if you don't know what that is, that's sad because that's funny as hell. But anyway, they do when the BBC has their red nose, you know, where they're doing the fundraising for children's charities.
Mm-hmm.
They did a skit. And I know Handmaid's Tale is supposed to be kind of a serious show, but they just made it funny as hell. And I'm like, no, I will not watch it because I will get sucked into it.
It's got like when I was in high school, I really went after movies that had a lot of detail and foreshadowing and all of that, and you know, just you know, they would the writing was so good that everything had to be, you know, everything was perfect, everything had detail and it means something,
Right.
you know, and that's the show to me. It's like one of the best shows I've ever seen. I think probably the best show I've ever seen. I can't think of any other show that is as good with the writing.
Yeah.
Right. Joanna, I am so happy that you feel that way about me, but I don't plan on watching it either. She says that it's such a great show. My best friend still hasn't seen it yet.
Joanna, you're in our chat. I have a chat for Handmaid's Tale. For whenever it comes back, we get on there and talk about it.
Talk about it. Yep. Yeah, I missed my sidekick last night for The Walking Dead.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I missed you
lost-
too.
You forgot, you missed what?
Well, me and Sally, we watch it together, and then on the commercials, we'll talk. You know, we'll message
Mhm.
each other about it, and we've done that for years. We've done
Yeah.
that. You know.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was kind of the first episode when it came on last night. I missed some parts, you know.
Oh,
I didn't get the full extent of it, so I went ahead and stayed up for the encore. That's one thing I really like about that is that they do an
Yeah.
encore, and you can go back and you can watch it again. So I watched it again, and it made a little more sense to me.
yeah.
But
I kind of got lost in the dark parts,
yeah,
like when they were like, I don't know, they were in the cave or something.
yeah,
And that last week was really hard for me because like the whole thing was dark,
yes.
and I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like.
Can you imagine being in that?
No.
Being in that, and for
Mm-mm.
a long period of time, that would suck.
Yeah.
But it was good.
Well, I'm glad that your sales blew up, Anissa.
Saturday was really, really good. But everything else yesterday I don't know, I got a few sales. I think I ended up with 6 or 7. I think it was 7 on Poshmark.
Oh, wow.
1 on Macari and 5 on eBay. So
Good job.
it was decent. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, mine are trickling. I had 2 this weekend.
That's good. I mean, hey, it could be
Freaking pulling
0.
teeth.
Could be 0.
Yeah.
I had a lot of low ballers, sending me offers for $5. I'm like, honey, I don't even make $1 on that. If you want, I'm not doing that.
At least you had $5. I had somebody offer me $3 on
Oh
a
my gosh.
$28 item.
Mhm.
Like, no.
Is that on eBay or Posh?
eBay.
Yeah, it was low day leap day or low ball leap day.
Mhm. That's awesome, Anissa.
Very good.
I got 13 going out, just
Good
kind
job.
of my average.
I got 7,
Good.
and 2 of them were hair roller sets I just picked up last week from the thrift shop.
Cool.
Get your rollers
Yep.
listed.
I just put pageant in the title, pageant or dance competition, because they use them.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Veggie
Maggie.
quet.
Hi, Maggie.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey.
Loud and clear.
And I listed 1 item on Macari. That's my first item, so I'm just gonna see how it goes.
I have
Keep listing.
Yeah,
that's how you
I'm
get
going
sales
to.
on there. That's how you get sales on there, is just listing.
Quet.
Even though I was working this last weekend, I still listed on Macari. I was just
No.
taking stuff that I had on eBay already and doing screenshots when I'm in bed or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I'm just doing screenshots and then adding. It's super easy to list.
Oh
over
yeah, I was gonna
there.
cross post from eBay and just do it that way.
Yeah,
That's what I did with that one.
Copy and paste. Well, actually, that screen that'll open up on eBay that like on your phone,
Mm-hmm.
that has like all your item specifics. I screenshot that and then I put it as a picture on Macari, and then everything else like on my title, I just copy and paste.
Yeah.
Yep.
Copy and paste everything, and then it's done.
Yep.
It's really not a lot.
No, there's not much to it.
I think the only thing I would probably do is forget to take it off one or the other. That's my only issue. So
Well, you just every time you sell something, you go
check
and
it.
look. Yep.
It's a habit of it.
Got to do it.
Yeah.
And Maggie, you got to do a live at some point while you're on vacay.
Oh, Lord, no.
Call it up on your phone and
Maggie, you going on vacation?
Yeah, we're going down to Disney next week.
Oh,
That's fun.
it's a small
fun.
world after
I wish I was going to Disney.
Chill.
You're going to the hospital Disneyland.
Yeah. Tomorrow's the big day.
Going to Disneyland.
That's
Disneyland.
been a long time coming.
Yeah. Yep.
We had a family meeting last night to plan a vacation in the fall. And
Benji, stop. Quit.
they kept saying, well, Florida is not that far away from us and all this kind of stuff. And they're like, oh, well, let's go on a cruise. We can just drive to Charleston and go out on a
Why don't you
cruise
get
for
down
a
there with
week.
your brother? So
There you go.
heard me crazy.
So I think we're going on a cruise. So I said, damn it, I'll just go by myself.
Over and lay down in your bed. Guys, go lay down. 40
Let's
days.
see.
Are your kids going with you?
On the cruise in October.
Drive down to Florida this week, Tom. You can sleep on our sleeper sofa.
This says thankful for decent sales as I have to spend $200 plus for my dog's dental tomorrow. Ugh. Then he has a $50 groom appointment on Thursday. He's lucky I love him.
I love our vet. We go to that Noah's Ark. I don't know if you guys have them around where you're at, but they have pet plans where you can. They have like the puppy plan, the middle-aged dog plan, and senior dog plan, and it's basically like you pay so much a month for all the stuff that they do for them. Like when Benji got neutered, neutered, it would have cost like, I don't know, $200 some, but or $300 some for all the other stuff they did for him because he was a puppy. They take so much a month, automatic payment out a month rather than having to come up with that major plan. Plus, there's also a place called Care Credit that you can use that for yourself and you can use it for your pet. It's like a credit card. So that's very nice to have those two options.
Ice cold water.
Yeah.
So Fishing and Picking says, anyone get an email from Amazon about the France activity taxes they owe?
Hmm.
France is trying to collect sales tax on items that are shipped overseas.
Oh,
Kiss my butt. I won't ever step over there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, everybody wants their money.
it's true.
Y'all better be ready to pay some taxes if it don't come out good in November.
If they,
Oh.
If they want it, they're gonna get it.
Why should we pay taxes? We live in America.
And we live in America.
Why should we pay taxes on an item that is in your country? It's in their country now.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be how the VAT tax would kick in on something like that? The person importing the item would have to pay the tax on it?
wouldn't the buyer pay it?
Yeah, like if I ship something to England, the buyer picks that up.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Sorry.
French tax. things
Yeah,
are.
that's why you use global shipping.
No, he's talking about Amazon. Let me read the thing to you. It's something about anyone get we don't sell on Amazon, from Amazon about the French activity tax they owe. France is trying to collect sales tax on items that shipped overseas and kiss my butt. Anyway, because wouldn't that be the buyer's responsibility to pick up those taxes on stuff imported into a country?
You would think it would come with like the
No. They're treating it like sales tax.
Oh, they're
Because
treating
you're
it
supposed to, the buyer has to pay it, but you're obliged to collect it for the government. You're obliged to collect it from the buyer. And you didn't. See, that's what happened with VAT. We didn't collect the VAT tax. The buyer didn't want to pay it. So eBay said it was our responsibility.
Hmm.
And that's why I quit using anything but global.
I don't know. That's why I live in America.
Yeah, I quit shipping international altogether. And then later when we did restart shipping.
Yeah, but that
international.
wasn't about VAT tax. That was mad over those Russian eggs.
No, that was after the VAT. No, the VAT tax happened before that. That was with the Peanut Man, and that was years ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah,
Peanut
only
Man?
shipped local.
Peanut Man.
We sold a it was a Mr. Peanut vending machine, wasn't it? It was like a
Yeah.
little vending machine. It was for Planters Peanuts. It had Mr. Peanut on it. Person buys it. We weren't using global shipping at the times back when we did our own international shipping. We shipped the thing over there, and they freak out over this that they owe tax on it coming in, which we didn't know it because we were naive. So they're like, well, we're going to return it or whatever. So it was just easier to give them a partial refund on the,
We paid the VAT tax so that they wouldn't return it.
because the return shipping would have been
Oh.
way more than the VAT tax on
It was
it.
a $12.99 Mr. Peanut, and the tax was like $17.99.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a big. So from then on, well, then I said no more international,
On our own.
and then international shipping came along. I read the rules. I said, well, okay, this could work, and I did.
GSP.
Yeah,
right.
GSP. The only thing that doesn't work is if you get if they open a claim like a day before it was due. It wasn't even due to be there yet. I don't know how he did it, but he opened a case. My item didn't get here. Well, even though the case was not really legit, I called eBay. They wouldn't drop it, and they held my money because now there's a case open. So they held it. They took whatever it was, $200 out of my PayPal account for my protection, is what they told me. So they protected me by seizing my $200, and then said, "Well, when this is all done, and he leaves you positive feedback, then we'll give you your money back." The reason they do that, I found out later, is they can only ever open one case on a transaction. So if something else happened, like the guy gets the box the day he was supposed to, which is exactly what happened, he got it the day he was supposed to. If he opens up the box and all the eggs are screwed up, if they already closed the case, they can't ever open a second case on one. It's no double jeopardy with eBay. That's why they do that. So anytime a case is open, they won't release the case until everything's square.
Huh.
So, which kind of made me mad though, because the fact that it was late wasn't my fault. I got it on time to Kentucky. It was there on time. And they're like, well, we're just holding the money for your protection. Protecting me from what? Sounds like you're protecting yourself.
Protecting me from my own money.
Oh, that's also why I don't have an anchor store, because that was my anchor support. That's what they told me. I said, I want to talk to my personal anchor support. And the guy told me, well, we're all your anchor support. I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
Okay. We're done.
Wait, we won't let Jim get too crazy on that.
Well, that's all I got to say.
Oh my gosh.
You have to keep that Jim on a short leash, don't you?
Anchor
No,
this
but
day,
otherwise you might make people upset or whatever because it gets kind of
Truthful,
honest, uppity about it.
I'm with you, Jim. Sometimes people just need to be told they're a dumbass.
Yeah.
Well, I like eBay. I'm not in love with eBay. I mean, there are stuff sometimes that eBay does where I'm like, well, that's kind of BS, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, you want to be loyal, but you also don't want to be a doormat.
Yeah.
Very true.
So you Macari people,
Yeah.
do you feel like the Macari is going to gradually take a bigger chunk of eBay's business?
I think
'Cause
there's enough for everybody.
I hear Macari and sales together, making sales a lot recently.
I was talking to someone the other day who hadn't heard of eBay.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, it's a place where you go, you can sell your stuff and all that. And they said, oh, you mean it's like Macari?
That's great.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Mhm.
Mr. Sadie said that his mom freaking kills it on Macari.
Yeah.
She don't know nothing about eBay. She thinks it's too hard or whatever, but she kills it on Macari.
No, that's good.
She looks like she just come out of a swamp.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do really well on Macari.
And I think they're getting a little bit more well known. There's lots of commercials now.
Lots of commercials.
Like I see more Macari commercials than I do Poshmark and eBay now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it took them a while because they've been up for a long time. but you know, it took them a while to probably, you know, just to build up, and it was a slow build. It wasn't, you know, a crazy, you know, overnight sensation type of thing.
Right.
And
Well, that's good, because that gives them, as their business increases and they have little problems, they can fix them instead of having
yeah,
10 billion people on at one time, and then all of a sudden, you know, their system can't handle it, or all these other problems.
Joanna says, Uncle Tom, Ryan said he's down for the Disney cruise. He even asked if we could go to the bins today.
No, is Ryan's your husband
Man,
or the son?
Her husband.
son is Joseph.
Joseph is the son, yeah.
Yeah, Joseph and Jolene.
Jolene.
That's
Jolene.
going right through my head too.
See, I'm a big Dolly Parton fan. And
I bet you are.
Did you
I
see
am.
that? Did you
Shut
see
up,
that
Valerie.
skit where she was on? I think it was Jimmy Fallon.
Get down. Come on, you're wet. Come on, I just gave you
She
a
was
bath.
on.
I don't
Dolly
care.
Parton was on
Go.
Jimmy Fallon one night, and she was talking about going. I don't know if you've seen the video clip, but she said she was at a restaurant, and she got to talking to this old man next to him, you know, and Jimmy Fallon's going, yeah. Says, well, the man got up and left, and she said, we went to go pay our bill, and I guess the cashier said, so that'll be yours and your grandfather. She said, my grandpa. You know how she talks, and he's like, yeah. He said you would. That elderly gentleman said you would take care of his bill. And she's like, oh, so she said, we got swindled by an old man. So she went ahead and paid for it. She said, then we walked outside and there's the old man. She said, so I went up to talk to him about, you know, we had to pay your bill. She said, he started hitting me across my chest with his cane. And Jimmy Fallon's like, well, what happened? What happened? She said, these two big lumps swelled up and they never went away. And he's like, ah. She's so stinking cute.
I have her album where she's in the red
Sequence.
No, it's a red square. It looks like a tablecloth. What's that called?
Yeah. Oh, the checkered. Like
yeah, the checkered thing. And she's got jeans on and her waist looks like it's about that big.
Mhm.
No, it's
That's
my
it.
phone. I put it on the charger.
Gingham
but it's
checked,
catching up
yeah.
with
That's the one that Two Doors Down, Jolene, and several others of her big songs are on there.
Instead of Gangnam Style, it's Gingham Style.
Well, Ryan and I have to get together and go see a Dolly Parton concert. We're just standing there, just crying, shake and shiver.
Fishes and Pickers says at night, Google eBay from your phone. The first hit on Google when searching eBay is a sponsor ad for Macari ad.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. They're definitely.
Are you still? Are you on Macari, Sally, too?
Yeah.
Yeah. You like
Yeah,
it?
I got a couple of cells over there. So
Did you buy the subscription, like the cross-listing subscription, or no?
no,
So you just
it's
do
really
it.
easy. It's really easy to list over there.
Mm.
Do they have like a trending? You know what's trending over there, like they do on eBay, or is it just you got to figure that out?
I think they do. I think definitely because they're an app. They didn't used to you couldn't even work on Macari on the desktop. It was only at one time that was only the app. And I think that there's maybe something that you can go to find out what's trending over there on the app.
It does things like it'll bring up like a list of things that have sold like in the last 10 minutes,
right?
You know, and stuff like that. So Frankie says she's listening on Macari right now.
Trending waitlisted items.
Are we playing a video game?
It's my phone's getting updates.
Oh, okay.
It's bad.
That sounds like Mario Brothers. Ba-ding, ba-ding.
And it's way over there, but it's getting like
That's
all
video.
the. It's getting all the updates.
Morning, Bill.
Yesterday, I
It makes some.
Oh, they got recently sold. So, I mean, under the sort. So, you could probably.
Joanna, Macari is you only have to pay them if you sell something, and you don't have to buy a store or a subscription or anything like that. It's just 10% of what your sale price, and then you could do free shipping, you could have paid shipping, but it's just 10%.
I think y'all just ship on Prairie Dirt too fast.
Yeah, Hank has been doing Macari for quite some time. She knows a lot about. She said the front page of the app shows recommended brands, categories, weekly picks in different things, recommended searches, what's been selling, and so forth. Yeah, she's very versed in that. And that's one of the things that I like about Macari is there is no store, there is no, you don't have to buy so many listings. You can have 30,000 listings up there if you wanted to. I think it turns a lot of people off when people get nervous when they think, oh, I gotta, it's too much trouble because I've got to go from, if I sell something on eBay, then I got to go to Macari and I got to get, I got to find the item and make sure that it comes off of there. That's just something that you have to do. I mean, you have to get into the groove of doing, and it's just like any other part of your business. It's just, you've got to do it. And the desktop, they've actually come a long way with the desktop because now you can search your listings. Before you couldn't, you had to just go through each listing, and the thumbnails on them were very small, and it was really hard to find those listings that that you had sold on eBay. It was really hard to find those items. Now it's definitely a lot easier to do that.
I don't think they used to have much of customer service. I don't know if that's a recent thing, but they they have a chat, they have like a chat pop up that because I have the app on my phone,
right? So
it goes through that, and somebody comes up and says, what are you having problems with, or I'm available to talk to you now, and we'll start having a conversation about what I need to ask about, because I was asking about if because I was supposed to get some money because I had waited the 3 days or whatever, and they were supposed to rate me, and then I rate them and stuff, but none of that had happened. So so I asked them, and or I went through the customer service, and it popped up, and it was like, my name is so and so, I'll be able to help you with this or whatever, we can talk about it right now. I'm like, cool. So, and he got it figured out, and it was a done deal.
There you go. Frankie wants to know, speaking of inventory control, do y'all have any kind of system for tracking inventory?
As in how? Where you got it at? Where
I don't have a system for that. I have a system for finding it. you know, when I sell the item, but that's about the only system that I got.
Tom has one. See? It's right there.
Yep.
Box.
Does she mean like how long you've had it listed? Like, I know this item's been in my store for 90 days or whatever.
Right.
Or she mean actually finding the item?
I don't know.
I've actually been, whenever I do a SKU number, I do a date after my SKU.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Cause you know, it's easy to lose track of when you posted something with the fact that it's automatically relisting over and over.
Yeah.
And over.
Yep.
How are you doing that, Bill? He says he's getting ready to cross post 500 listings to Macari.
What's going on, you guys? Josh here.
Are you just cross posting by hand? Are you using an app or a special dilemma bobber to do that for you?
I've been trying a Chrome extension called Crosslist.
I've seen that, and I didn't have a chance to look into that.
Yeah, the free trial is only you can only cross eBay and Poshmark, but it gives you an idea of what it's like. I mean, it doesn't fill in everything, but it fills in. You have to. What happens is you bring up your eBay listing and then you push cross list it, and then it downloads your pictures from. But so that when you get, then it brings up the Poshmark screen, but you have to then go in and upload the pictures again from your download folder. But your description there, your title there, your the size, it doesn't fill in the size, but your brand is there. So you just add the pictures, you fill in your size, and then you list it. So
And what is that called?
so cross-listed, it's a Chrome extension, so you have to be using Chrome.
Okay.
And it's, I think the paid one that allows you to cross-list to Macari is $9.99 a month.
Mm.
I understand that's like unlimited usage of it.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's easier for my thing is always I fill in my thing and then I open my Poshmark and then I think, oh crap, I forgot to copy my description.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't automate everything, but it definitely makes it easy because it just pops up with. But
Well, I found for me that the easiest way to do it is to take pictures from my camera with my phone. You know, my camera on my phone, I should say, and then put them into the eBay listing. And then, you know, then I can transfer them to Macari and Poshmark also.
Right.
right. Well, it fills in your title, your
I
description,
measured the box.
basically.
Yeah.
20 inches high.
But I
Yeah.
found that like if I was, you know, because usually I would just take my pictures in the eBay app,
Right.
you know, and that's what I normally do anyways. But I found that I couldn't, it wasn't letting me save them to my phone. It was
Right.
like the eBay app was taking those pictures and putting them somewhere where I couldn't get to them.
You normally finish your listing on the computer, or do you do the whole list and then? you phone?
Once I'm taking pictures, I usually just finish it. You know, that's usually my last step
This
is
would,
taking pictures.
yeah, this would help you in that if you do your eBay listing on your phone, bring it up on the computer, then click the cross list icon, and then it downloads the photos from eBay to your computer, so then you can then pop them into Poshmark on your desktop.
Hmm.
Who were we
Uh,
talking to last week about somebody who was doing that, was putting pictures on eBay and couldn't figure out how to get them to use. It might have been Nikki. But
That
don't
was the only way I could figure out how to do it
only use it on your.
with my phone. I don't have that good of a phone, so
Yeah.
Has
Oh.
anybody been getting like pop-up messages or alerts about using Chromium, the browser?
No.
No, but
get it.
when I took over, when I
Get it.
took over,
Get it.
the guy said to me that Chrome uses up so much memory in the computer, and it creates all these little files. So for instance, I decided yesterday to empty my trash. I started at about 8 o'clock in the morning. It is still emptying the trash. So Chrome apparently is hog, but all the good extensions are on Chrome.
Right.
Mr. Sadie said, I always end up taking selfies because I'm so damn pretty.
Mhm. I know it.
These old guys think highly of themselves.
Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble.
Maggie, you got all your photos back and all your documents and stuff?
Everything. Thank God.
Good. Good, good, good.
Second, when I thought I lost everything. They kept working with me, Apple, until we got it all back.
That's good.
Well, that's what you do. You just keep harassing them until they fix it.
You know, sounds like Anissa had some issues with
Yeah.
Macari and Posh customer service. I have had pretty good luck over there. I know that there was one time that I can't even remember what the issue was, but I just kind of blew up. I just kept sending them messages until I got some kind of response. And I know that at that point they were kind of in a transition of, you know, from going to just a little a small app, you know, that didn't have very many users, and then, you know, they kind of blew up. So it took a little bit of time to get taken care of. But I think I probably sent like three messages a day, you know, just trying to get some kind of input on you know, what was going on.
I'm surprised it took that long.
I know. Usually they're right on task.
Like
How do you pay?
I couldn't believe how fast they got back to me.
Yeah. They're usually.
How do you pay for stuff on Macari? Do you use PayPal?
They take PayPal, credit cards. When you make your account, I believe you have to make an account. When you, I don't really know, to tell you the truth, how you pay for anything. I would assume there's some kind of a processor.
Oh, have you not sold anything on Macari?
I've sold, yes, but I have an account.
Yeah,
well, that's what I meant. Where does your money go when somebody buys from you?
It goes into an account, and then I can have it deposited into my checking account.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
So it
because they
goes
hold
directly
it
to
for
a
like
Macari
things
held
like-
account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Can
then
you link PayPal to it?
To pay, yes.
Yeah.
But for
But
not
to
paying,
receive, no.
no,
Okay.
no.
I knew I buy stuff from there to resell. It's just
and then they subtract.
Because I know I think you have to have a routing number, and you have to have an account number.
okay.
I think it's been so long since I've been on there. Isn't that the way? I don't know, Sally.
I haven't had any money transferred yet, so I don't know. It's still in my account.
I know, but where's it going to go to? I mean, do
I
you
don't
have
know.
that set
I
up?
don't know yet. I don't.
Oh.
I haven't put in an account number or anything yet.
Thank you,
So it's
Hank, for
just-
reminding me.
it's
I
just
still
that
have $15 in Posh.
It's still sitting in my account right now. So
That's what I use mine for is a savings account. And the same goes with Poshmark. I just put money in there. Tommy says I would draw Macari to PayPal debit card.
well,
There
that's
you
good
go.
to know.
There you go.
Thank you,
I
Tom.
didn't even. I thought I was gonna have to, because it's kind of a pain in the ass to find my routing number, and I don't know my checking account number by heart. Brandon does, but so I'm sure Brandon probably knows the routing number too, but I don't know any of that stuff, so it's kind of a pain in the ass for me to put in that information. But if I can just download it to my PayPal debit card, then I can do that.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
I used to bank with a little bank, a little community bank, and the teller I always went to, she remembered everybody's bank account numbers. So if you went in if you wanted to make a deposit, you need to have a deposit slip. She'd give you a deposit slip and write your account number on it before she gave it to you off the top of her head.
My God.
And I'm like, oh my God, girl, how many of these things you've got stored away? She's probably said, oh, about 10,000 probably. She says, I don't think about it until like you walk up and you say, I need a deposit slip. And she says, your number's 2653947737. She writes it down on the
Yeah.
That's
thing.
crazy.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
also one that keeps a balance in her. She can tell you what the balance in her drawer is within 4 cents. Don't matter how busy she's been. She keeps a running
really?
tally in her head.
What are you setting up an account?
Morning, Mr. Sadie.
Well, thanks for that piece of information, Tommy.
Yeah, that's good. Good info. I didn't know that you could do that.
Yeah. And I'm gonna apologize, Tommy. I always thought Tracy was a smart one.
Oh my God.
Hi, Rita. Good morning.
I have a PayPal debit card.
There is
so-
Oh, they're nice to get, Lori, honestly, if you wanted to get one.
Oh yeah.
Because you could go to the ATM like us. If I don't use a PayPal card at an auction, I can go to an ATM, pull the money out, and then I'll put it in my bank account for
Yeah,
auction.
I love mine. I mean, it's I've had it forever. So I have to see how to do that though. How you pull it from the card. Not that I've sold anything. I just want to learn so I know what to do if that time comes.
Yeah.
'Cause I'd like it to go to my PayPal. Be able to put it on there.
Yeah.
That way, it keeps it separate from my personal account.
Right.
Well,
Right.
Jim's doing it right now. Are you linking it to our PayPal?
Yep.
I don't have anything listed over there.
Oh, our PayPal's empty. What's happening?
Macari took all our PayPal money. Ah.
I mean, it just says for my payments, you could choose your PayPal, but it doesn't say for in the seller part.
It
Yeah.
says you can be, if you use your PayPal debit card, it says that you can be eligible for instant payment, which I'm assuming means that you don't have to wait for it to go to the bank.
Right.
Yeah, but definitely, Lori, definitely get the debit card. I mean, if you
I think
I've
she
got
has
one.
it. I think
Yeah.
she means linking it to Macari. I
Oh,
misunderstood
okay.
her.
Yeah, I've got the PayPal debit. I've had it for
Yeah.
when they first come out with them. So
Yeah.
Ringo.
Only thing I miss about Wisconsin is we had those quick trips there that had free ATMs. So now I go to Walmart and then I have to buy stuff at self checkout and then I use their register as the getting my money out for
Yeah.
free. But you
That's
only
what
could
Brent
take
does.
out $100 at a time. So me and Jim would be dividing up these transactions so we could pull like $500-$600 out. Yeah.
but we'll buy they have like those Kool-Aid and Hawaiian Punch. They have those single packet flavored things
For like bottles of water.
I get those. They're $1 a piece, and they have like 6 packets in there. Wherever. So I'm buying these dollar things and pulling $100 each one I buy.
They probably think we're drug
So
dealers.
I
or
need like
something.
$400. I'll get 4 of those drink flavor mixes, buy them one at a time, and pull $100 out of self checkout every time. The ladies look at us like, what in the hell are these two up to? I feel like it's Tony Montana.
Yeah.
See, that's good information. I'm glad we could share
Laundering money with flavor packets.
Yeah. Yeah, except when we go to self-checkout, I'll be like, okay, now I'll do 2 transactions for $200. That's 100 a piece. Now you do 2 transactions, but you do 180 because you need like 360 or whatever. you know?
Yeah, we sold the strip club and we sold the taxi business. Now we just run all the money through Walmart debit card.
No,
Self-checkout.
PayPal debit
Your
card.
PayPal debit. It's PayPal at the Walmart self-checkout. It's our money laundering system.
Jim, you weren't the bloke that was laundering money selling Disney Black Diamond VHS for
Oh,
yeah, you
5,000
got
a
us,
piece, were
Tom.
you?
You got us. You found us out. All those solds up there for those black diamonds, that's all us.
They because on one of the channels they were discussing it and they were talking about, yeah, it's probably money laundering. But you know, those Disney fanatics, they'll pay anything if they want it bad enough.
No, it's money laundering.
It's money laundering.
There ain't no-
I don't think there's too many people out there paying 10
There
grand for a
is some-
VHS tape.
There was some specialty, like early release or something for Disney employees are extremely rare, but they're not those. The ones that they're doing, they're not. They're just your garden. They had a what's her face, the spider and the pig, Charlotte's Web. There's certain Charlotte's Webs they'll come up with. They sold for like $1,000 or whatever. It's all money laundering.
Oh boy.
There ain't no cheese at the end of that tunnel.
I'm sure everybody knows. If not, I'm telling everybody now. Maggie's going to be a grandmother, and
Oh,
they're decorating the little boy's room in
Toy Story.
Toy Story. So if you got any
Oh,
Toy Story
cool.
stuff, ship it to Maggie,
That's cool.
Field day.
and then she'll come back from vacation, and there'll be like $100 to sitting on her front porch with all Toy Story stuff in it.
God, that was my first. I mean, that was my kid's. Yeah, I remember my son. He's 31.
I think he's 30 or 1 now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 31 years old.
Yeah.
So I remember he had the Toy Story stuff. So yeah, ours is long garage sailed off.
Yeah, I have to say, Tommy, I am one of the ones that did the Cheetos. Okay, I had mine up for like $500,
Did it sell?
and and I can't remember what it looked like.
Oh, they
How
were-
did you launder the money? If the Cheeto didn't work, how did you launder the money?
That's my little secret.
That's what she does. That's what she does with all them scratchies from that she brings home from work.
Yeah, Bill's saying when I transfer money from PayPal to my checking, it's usually there the same or next day. Mine's always there the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super fast for us too.
I guess I'm lucky I never need the money that fast.
What the hell happened to my phone?
Say that again, Maggie.
I said I'm lucky I need the money that fast.
Well, I like to pull it out because I'll go to auctions in a week, and if I go spend, I don't know, $600-700 at auctions that week, I like to pull it out of PayPal to put it in my bank to cover it.
Jim has to
And
say,
I'm-
okay, here, honey,
and I'm
here's your
poor,
$600. That's all you have to spend. And he gives her a bunch of 20s.
No, nobody. I've never said once to Jim, if you think you can make money on it, I will not question you if you can make money on it. And I
Yeah.
never go to an auction and say, I have $100. That's all I'm going to spend. Because my theory is you can be responsible, but if you say I have $100 I'm going to spend, you start passing on stuff because it's like, oh, that's $20. So now my total's down to 80, and it makes you a very cautious bidder. Not that you don't have to be aware, but you're always bidding from a losing position if you're worried about spending your money.
And
Mhm.
a misconception for people, in my opinion, is that they make the money when the item sells. Payday, when they get the money in PayPal or managed payments or whatever, they think they just made the money. That ain't when you made the money. You made the money at the auction, the garage sale, the thrift store, wherever you were when you obtained that item for much less than its value. That's when you make the money. The later on when you sell it, that ain't really when it happens. So, and if you're passing an opportunity because you're a little short or whatever, and it's it's a huge opportunity, that could be a huge mistake.
Yeah. I went to
They add
auction
up.
yesterday and fully intended to spend 100 and spent 350.
That's good though. But that's good because you bought stuff that you're going to resell. That's what you want to do. That's why I don't like going to an auction and say, well, I'm only going to spend $100 today. I mean, if I go over it, that's fine because I know I'm not keeping the stuff. I'm going to sell it.
Don't be buying Black Diamond video. Disney
You know,
video.
don't buy $300 worth of National Geographics that you're going to cut the ads out or something. But
All right.
No,
Nice.
I'm going to cut
I got the guy.
the native women out of those. That's what I'm cutting.
See you later.
Y'all have a good day.
You too.
Get
Tom.
stuff done.
Yesterday, I thought about Maggie. I was, the auction is in this really large facility, and the front part is where the auction is. And there's like 3,000 square feet there. And I said, man, this is a pretty good sized auction room. He said, come here. And he took me to the back room. I was a little trepidatious about that. But no, anyway, he took me to this. Let me show you the back room.
Oh, boy.
And
Ooh la la.
he took me into, it was just swinging doors that went to the back room. 30,000 square feet. 30,000.
when we lived up in
Oh my
Wisconsin,
God.
we would go to this
Wow.
indoor auction house. And what he did is he was an old dairy farmer. He converted his milk parlor into that's your seated area where the auctions run. But he has this whole back area behind doors. And sometimes you get a glimpse through the doors. I mean, it was a mouse trail through just towering stuff piled to the ceiling of all this auction
It was
crap.
like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Wow.
But Todd, you scared me when you said swinging doors and you paused when you said swinging. I'm glad it was doors that were swinging.
But the reason I thought about Maggie was you cannot believe the mountains and mountains of books that were just piles and you could take a scanner. You could take the fastest scanner on earth and scan books back there for a week and not get through a third of it. Oh man. He said, come back anytime, I'll let you scan. And you can just leave a donation of $10 per box in the jar on your way out. I was like,
Wow.
it was just monster stacks of, you name it, any kind of book.
Hmm.
So it was just, I looked at it and went, oh my God. And he just laughed and went, I know, right?
Mhm.
And furniture and foosball tables and pool tables and refrigerators and washer dryers. And I'm like,
Wow.
and they didn't even really use half of their space. And inside one room of that space was their 10 by 40 foot dumpster. They pay a company $300 a load to empty their dumpster when they get it full.
Wow.
And it's locked, it's inside. It's locked inside. So
So people can't dive it.
yeah.
Probably more
Well,
so people can't throw away the garbage in it.
Yeah.
right. But just think about having so much room to put your death pile, but
Oh,
still
that'd be
have enough room to put a 10 foot by 30 foot roll off dumpster.
I could have did it in Eagle River.
Wow.
I had
yeah, yours
well,
was
I had my indoor arena. That building was
Yeah.
like 1,300 square feet.
13,000, you mean?
That's what I mean, 13,000. Sorry,
Yeah.
I forgot a zero.
Yeah, this was crazy. What it had been was the Boys and Girls Clubs. That was their facility, and they had indoor basketball gym and arcade area, and just different meeting rooms. But they had gotten a different facility, and so they were renting it. They rent the facility from Boys and Girls Clubs of America, and yeah, they said before they rented it, the building had been empty for 3 years, so
Wow.
they get pretty cheap rent. Anyway,
Awesome.
Joanna said, Todd, have you heard about the Legacy Computer Store down in Texas? You should be hitting that. It's full of old Apple IIs and IBMs.
never heard of it.
Huh. Maybe something to look into. Of course, Texas is pretty big, so
No.
Depends on if he's in that.
Yeah, if
area.
it's in El Paso, I can go up to where Sally lives easier than I can go to El Paso.
Is Lori still in here?
She's
Is
on
Lori
mute.
still there? Oh, well, anyway, I'll just say this. Jim just told me to have Macari deposit direct into on your PayPal debit card, it costs you $2. To have it in your checking account, it's free.
Okay.
Mm.
So, Todd, this is one of the things that I got. A nice Elgin watch.
wait.
But it is. I was just looking at it, and it is a Japan movement.
Yeah, modern quartz watch.
Yeah. It's in really good condition. The crown doesn't seem to be. Is that what you call it? The crown?
Yeah.
Casing.
The part you pull out to change the time. Oh, I bought a jewelry jar yesterday. I got to tell this story. And I dug in the top of the jewelry jar, and I saw this watch down in there. And I thought, hey, that says Tag Heuer. Heuer? How do you say it? Yeah. So I thought, man, if that watch is real, it's worth $1,200.
Wow.
So I bid on and got the jewelry jar, and yeah, it's Baker crap.
Is it?
Well, it's got some pretty good looking attributes, but I'm like 99% sure. I'll take it to my watch guy next time I go over there and have him take a look at it. But I know he's just going to go, that's a fake. They make some fakes really good.
Mm-hmm. Here's this picture that I got also. It's kind of a big Victorian style picture, and of course the lady's topless. She's putting her clothes on or whatever. But I don't know. I just thought it, and on the back it says the Picture Peddler, and it has North Hollywood. But I thought that was kind of interesting. I think somebody would buy that. I don't know.
Oh, that reminds. Jim's are in the bathtub, but she has no top on, right?
Yeah, this one doesn't have a top on.
Yeah, Jim has some of those. I call it like cowboy kind of art. They'll be like in like old time galvanized bathtubs or stuff like that. You know those ones you got from your
grandma.
Yeah.
If you can put breasts or a horse on it, it'll sell.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was trying to make out the.
What if it was breasts and horses?
Oh yeah, if you put a new woman on a horse, that's going right out the door. Yeah. You capture both markets.
What do you think? What do you think something like that would go for? I mean,
I thought it was.
I'd have to look it up. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't.
Is it like sepia print paper? Is it so? It's a print.
Yeah, it's framed.
It's a print. It's framed.
Is it like black and white, but not really, like a brownish black and white?
Yeah.
They were. I don't know. I never looked mine up because I kept them just because they're my grandma's. But yeah, they were pretty. I see them a lot though. They're pretty prolific.
Okay.
They did a lot of them, but I don't know that the value. I don't know that there's not value. I'd have to check it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was.
Because there's some things that when I was younger were quite common that today are, you know, out of sight for value. I just can't figure it out. But
Yeah.
yeah, I can't believe that there's not a ton of these things still left that people are going crazy for or whatever. But you never know.
What about two horses walking abreast? What?
Oh,
Yeah, but you would need to have boobs in the shot, not just walking abreast.
is it perky?
I got some old paper dolls. I can't remember. I got some jewelry. I got some Monet and Trifari cameo. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't great stuff, but it was stuff.
Oh my God, you want me to tell you something I got?
What'd you
So me and Jim went to this benefit auction and we got this, the guy had passed away and they're trying to raise money for his funeral, God rest his soul. We got this camera
That's
that he set up in his living room, which he was videotaped doing like surveillance in his own house. All right, you piqued my curiosity. So Jim downloads these things and we're watching them. While I'm watching him snort drugs up his nose, I'm like, oh God.
and counting
Him
money.
and his girlfriend, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm like, what is he doing? He looks like he's like packing something. Well, I'm assuming he's crushing it, so maybe he's snorting pills. So he's doing this, and then I see him with a playing card, licks the playing card, and then right up the nose they go. And then he hands it to his
Wow.
girlfriend, and she proceeds to do it too, which was funny is because these people were, well, the girlfriend was at the benefit auction because it was him that died.
Wow.
Yeah, if
He
you,
was Jim's age. He looked like he was about 20 years older than Jim and could hardly get around. And I'm like, man, maybe you shouldn't have been doing drugs. I mean, he died. I think he had a massive stroke or something. Anyway,
Huh.
but that's the first time I've ever gotten like video footage of somebody like doing drugs like that.
she'd come into the trailer and she'd hand him something, and then she'd talk to him for about 15 minutes and she'd leave, and then he'd walk, he'd be facing the camera, and he'd start counting the money. He's counting the money facing, he knows the camera's there, he's counting facing the money. I'm like, I don't know what if he's documenting something or whatever, but she's paying him, and then he's counting out the money. Unless he was going to turn her in, and that's what happened to him.
Yeah, videoing himself snorting drugs. If you're going to turn the tape in, I don't think that would be smart.
Hey, he's deep.
I think
He's deep undercover.
I was kind of wondering if he thought maybe his girlfriend was having an affair and he was set up the camera like to catch her because like, oh yeah, we're gonna catch her. She's gonna be kissing some other guy or something. Wait, what? You're snorting drugs? Anyway.
Well, maybe he was a drug dealer and he was just documenting his drug
Yeah,
deal.
maybe.
Which
I don't know.
isn't really smart because
No.
you know, I mean they got it all on tape, so
I
don't know.
gotta document this to put this in my GoDaddy bookkeeping system.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
That would be neat though if GoDaddy could actually, like, if you could upload a video to GoDaddy, it could watch you counting, watching you thumbing through the bills, and it would keep counting.
Well,
And then could tell you where to get Black Diamond Disney videotapes.
yeah.
Johanna, so Tommy's talking about $2 for pulling money out of Macari and transferring it to I think it's PayPal.
Yeah, your PayPal. They charge you $2 to put it on PayPal. Free into your bank account.
Yeah. I just do it. I just do instant pay into my bank account. That's just how. But I've just been holding it there and keeping it. It's a good little savings area for savings.
Yeah. Which is cool. You need the money today, you'll need the money 10 days from now. So what does it
Yeah.
matter?
Yep. I don't mind that at all.
I had to stand up for a minute. I was losing it.
Uh-oh. Good morning, Texas Val.
9-hour shift got to me.
Oh, I'm sure. I am sure.
Been up since 7 o'clock last night.
Ugh.
Hi, Texas Val.
That makes a long night. Most definitely.
Yeah. I get through. I got an appointment today at 3, so I'm hoping to get a little work done and then go take a little nap.
What's your appointment for today?
Today's my booby check because I didn't get it last week.
Oh yeah,
Morning, Val.
gotcha.
Got to check the tatas.
Yep.
When's your appointment, Valerie?
What? I already had mine.
Oh, you did? Okay. You're
Huh.
lying.
I did mine a few months ago. How to do it? How to do it, Valerie?
Yes, I'm off for 3 days. Yay!
Woohoo!
Party time.
Joanna says, Texas Val, scroll up. I and look at the link I dropped. It's a video exploring an old computer store in Texas.
Yeah, she put that up there for Todd.
What?
Cool. Joanna put a link, if you scroll up in the chat, that's the video about that computer store. About.
Oh, okay. Where is it? Let me see.
Let's see. It's not too far up.
Yeah.
Up. You mean altitude, like on a mountain? Let's see.
Want me to get it and put it in the other chat?
No, I got the video.
What Guardian book sold?
Yeah.
Just
Tommy says, I hate dealing with my business account, bank account cards. They have locked me out so many times for buying in multiple places. Have to find a new one. That's why I pay the $2 fee for PayPal. Yeah. But that's, it's good to have some alternatives. I kind of like, like with Poshmark also does it. You can link it to your. I don't know that you can link it to your PayPal. Probably can. I don't know. But everything just goes into my account. But
I guess the former CEO of GE died.
oh,
He was 84 years old.
it's in Garland, Texas, close to Dallas.
So it's about 120 miles away.
Yeah. Well, it might
Could
be
be a
worth it.
sourcing opportunity.
It might be worth it. I mean, maybe something to look into. Maybe they have some kind of, you never know, they might have like an online auction or something. I mean, you'd still have to go and pick it up, but you never know. But it was good to get out the other day and
Where did you go?
I went to Dollar General. I went to all the places. Went to Dollar General, then I went to the thrift store, then I went to Walmart, then I went to an estate sale, and then on the way back I went by and seen my in-laws.
Oh.
So
That's good.
Cha-ching.
Did it?
Did it.
Yep. I just got my schedule for tomorrow. I check in at 9:45. So I imagine they'll probably start cutting at 10:30,
Yeah.
give or take.
Are they replacing your knee or fixing the meniscus?
They're fixing the meniscus and then scraping all the arthritis off the kneecap.
Not
So,
bringing you down like they sometimes do.
what was that?
At least they're not bringing you in at the crack of dawn like they sometimes do. Would you rather go and get it over with? It'll be fine.
Hi, Dougie.
So I don't know yet, and I'll find out more tomorrow, but so my father-in-law is going in for surgery on Wednesday. And so I'm gonna try and be there for that. And so I don't know if I'm assuming they'll probably want him in there in the morning. So there's a possibility I may not have a show on Wednesday.
What's left up there?
So
Not acceptable.
I used one completely. And I forgot
yeah,
to put it in my wallet.
I know.
Did I give you one so you had the checking account number on your desk?
So
We got 3
just
for
to
sure,
put
but
that
if I
out
gave
there,
you
I'll let you
one,
guys
then
know
come
when
back
I
to that.
when I know. I'll let you guys know.
What's he haven't done, Val?
He has a hernia.
Mm,
He has a hernia. He's got to get fixed. He's had it for years and years, and they finally decided that it needed to get fixed. So
tell him to get stool softeners.
Hello.
Telling you, it's you ain't gonna want to have to take a poop. And, like there's muscles that you use,
yeah,
to do that, and it hurts so bad. And I didn't do it until the second day, and I'm glad I did. My one of my friends brought them to me, and she's like, "Here, take these."
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, when I had my
Right,
back
okay.
surgery, they cut me
I
front
just
and
looked
back.
at it like 20 minutes ago.
Cut from my belly button down and opened me up and moved my innards around, and then did what they had to do, then flipped me over and cut the back and put that cage all around my spine.
Oh God.
And I tell you, I know what
Do you think you
Sally's
could
talking
fit
about.
these
That
in a
you don't
adequate
realize the muscles you're using
Too much?
in your belly.
yeah,
And then
Just
when especially when
just
they
to
cut you wide
How
open.
much?
just
yeah.
to sit down and
That's
get
what I'm
up.
thinking.
All right. And they
It's
had me up
just
trying to walk the next day, and I'm like, how am I supposed to do that? You just had me cut open like a catfish yesterday.
yeah. Right.
So, and you don't realize what muscles you use to just stand up. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Gross.
But yeah, I agree. Stool softener. Been there, done that.
I'm telling you, it's
Makes
That's
it a
not
little bit
fun.
easier.
the best thing. It was the best advice I got for hernia surgery. Is man, it just hurts.
Lori, Val says her husband had that same surgery about 2 years ago. It was a day surgery, went really well. He was up very quickly.
Well, he said it could go one of two ways, so I'll find out. So it's like, well, as long as I leave with both legs, I'm happy.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure he works on the right one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, it's the left one.
Oh, okay.
But I know what you mean. I'm just being a smart ass. I gotta get those last dibs in because I'll probably be loopy for a few days.
That's the best time.
Gwen had a surgery on one of her toes about a year ago, and the doctor actually came in and in blue permanent marker wrote on her feet, "This one," and then the other foot he wrote, "Not this one."
Well, did you
And
see
then
where that one surgeon took the wrong foot or wrong foot off of
Yeah.
somebody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
awful.
That's actually very common.
Yeah.
My mom was an amputee, and I will say before they take her to surgery, yes, they have a black Sharpie that they mark, the
I'll
foot,
mark
like
it
this is where they're
myself
cutting,
with
you
a
know.
big arrow right
No,
here.
they actually do
This one.
that.
They marked my knee before my knee. They came in.
It's not like McDonald's where they can switch your hamburger
Right.
order, you know.
Well, they had it so screwed up. I mean, as much as they screwed up last week, with not even scheduling me because it was supposed to have been done last week, and they couldn't find me on the schedule because they didn't put me on there to begin with. So I'm like, are you guys gonna make sure you do the right knee? I mean, I want to make sure I walk out with both legs.
That's a legitimate concern.
Because they give me one paper, it said one thing, and then they wrote something else somewhere else. I'm like, well, and I wanted to know where I got the date from. I'm like, you give it to me. What kind of crackpot office is this?
Bishop says it's crazy how far surgeries have come. 20 years ago, they kept you in the hospital a few days, and now you can walk in, have your ball cut off, and walk out by afternoon. Caitlyn Jenner Express Lane.
Oh my gosh.
Meniscus surgery when I was 10 years old, which was many years ago. They took me in. I stayed in the hospital for a week, and I was in a cast from a full leg cast for like 3 weeks afterwards.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just do everything so with lasers and stuff. Now you're in and out. It's like you said, an express lane at McDonald's or something. Up next,
Yeah, it's like if you're going to be in the hospital more than 72 hours, they're shipping your ass off to a nursing home. Seriously.
Well, no, they give you so many days in the hospital.
Well,
I think it's like 12 days. And once after that, you either have to be able to go home or they ship you off to rehabilitation or the nursing home.
In the nursing home.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Morning, Bum Crack Picker. And Jennifer.
I need some more coffee. Jeez. I did make one sale while I was on the phone with the.
That's good. Oh, excuse me.
That packed up and thrown out with the rest of them.
Yeah.
I told Teresa I was going to start selling Macari. She says, how about you wait until after your surgery when you're healed? She says, I'm just now learning eBay. Do you want me to learn something else? I said, we'll learn together because I don't know what I'm doing on there either.
Yeah, fishing and picking. For the ones that don't know, I had testicular cancer. That's where the jokes come from. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't wish that on anybody. I had a cyst cut out of my private areas.
Oh, that's what Brandon has. He has an abscess.
And man.
Yeah, he has to have surgery on that. I watched it.
I actually had a cousin die from testicular
Really?
cancer back in the 60s. It's been a long time ago, but yeah.
My son had it 5 years ago, and he makes those kinds of jokes all the time. We always joke about it, but yeah.
I used to work with the guy that they found cancer in one of his testicles when he was 18, and which is very rare, to have it so young. And but I mean, he just had it removed, had that testicle removed, and all the kids would call him one ball, or
Reminds me of the song The Rodeo. You heard that, the rodeo song? Here comes Johnny with his pecker in his hand. He's a one ball man and he's off to the rodeo.
Oh yeah.
It's alimony left and alimony right.
You sang that pretty good.
It's been a long time since I heard that.
My brother used to play it all the time when he was in the band. So
When my son had his surgery, the nurse said to us, it's not uncommon, and it's more, it's testicular cancer affects. So they should really check themselves, just like women do breast exams. That
Right. Yeah.
women should really do a self-exam too, because it's not that uncommon.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something scary on the breast cancer. We know somebody that had a lump and they waited 2 years. And what happened is it was cancer in her breast, but it got on her rib and in her spine and everything. So now she has stage 4 bone cancer, and it all started from her breast. And she probably ain't gonna live very long.
Oh.
Man.
Yeah,
Well, I got the report back for this, and like I haven't heard from my doctor or anything, but I can go online and see like the report.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't look like it's a bad thing. I mean, it just says that it's it doesn't look like I guess it's not a cyst.
Okay.
It's a lump.
Okay.
It's a mass.
You need to get with your doctor.
Yeah. I mean, I'm supposed to see her on the 20th,
Okay.
but I think the 20th, somewhere around there. Yeah, I think it's the 20th. But I mean, I'm sure if it was something, you know, something that was super serious, that she would
I'm surprised they aren't going to do like a biopsy.
I don't know. They were saying in the report, it said it was kind of hard to tell something, you know, it had all this medical gibberish, but
Yeah.
kind of hard to tell something with the ultrasound, so might recommend a CT. So yeah, that's what I've heard too. Fishing and picking was testicular cancer has one of the highest survival rates. So if you want to get, or if you're going to get cancer, you want that one, or you want prostate cancer,
Yeah.
because those are really high survival rates.
that's what they told us. We were just worried.
But I can see, you know, on that. I mean, I can definitely see a lot of men kind of being in denial because they don't want, you know,
Mhm.
something to be going on down there, and you know, have to go to the doctor and everything. So I can, you know, I mean, definitely it has a survival rate, but that's treatable. You know, that's treated. That's not, you know, I'll leave it alone and see what happens. You know.
I don't have nothing going on down there, Anissa. It's in my neck right here. I have a lump, and they've already done blood work for the sensitivity to my thyroid, because our mother had thyroid cancer.
Right.
And so they did the sensitivity to thyroid blood work, and it was normal.
Okay.
Oh, this
So
probably goes in like a corner or something.
That's good.
or underneath
so
something.
yeah, so that's a really good thing.
Yeah.
Maybe. But it's I'm going for my mammogram today, but
Yeah, I
this
did that last
the
week.
one I
and so
had last
it
week
was
was on my thyroid.
Yeah. Fishing and
No,
picking says
I put wall
I
brackets.
waited 6 months thinking it was a twisted nut.
Oh man, that's even
Yeah.
too long.
Yeah, because some of those cancers can be quite aggressive.
Well, and that's what, Brandon was scared of, is, that it might be prostate or testicular cancer or something.
Yeah.
But it's just like an I think it's an abscess.
Yeah.
So he has to go see the general surgeon tomorrow in Grayling. So thank you, Jennifer. So yeah, I hope that all goes okay. They'll probably just cut him up.
So he hasn't had the surgery yet?
No.
Okay.
But it's like, to him, it's like pretty painful. Like, whenever he's sleeping and stuff, and he,
Yeah.
doesn't take care to roll the right way or whatever. He,
Yeah.
like, in pain a little bit. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I just want everything to go okay.
Yeah.
Get it taken care of.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you were saying that you went all those places and stuff, I had a plan on Saturday morning because I was gonna come home, go to bed, and so I can get up and I was gonna go to the thrift store. Well, I went to bed and I woke up like around noon and I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I was just so tired. I'm not going anywhere. I'll forget it. I'll go next week or something.
I found some good deals at the Dollar General for finally. I didn't get
Oh,
them
yeah.
for a penny, but I got the 5 cents. They
Mhm.
were marked 90% off, but I scanned them with the app that they have. And they were
What'd you
5
get?
cents. Those little Valentine's candies. I bought all
Oh,
they
cool.
had.
Cool.
So
There you go.
I
Yeah,
got, she started ringing them up. She's like, "Oh, these are 5 cents." I was like, "Well, that's even better." You know, I play dumb.
Did you find stuff, Valerie?
I got some. I went to the Dollar General. I didn't have any items or anything like that, but I got some clearance. Got some clearance stuff. I've got some exercise, like the pull-up bars.
Mhm.
I think I got those for $1, and then some other exercise accessories, and I got some other stuff that I didn't pay very much for. So those
Yeah.
things I got for like $0.25 and 50 cents. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can't scan some of that to see if I can get the most of it sent to Amazon.
That would be good.
See what happens with that, and then whatever doesn't, then I'll get listed. Yeah, I was.
Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
Mm.
Oh, I was just gonna say I tried to post my picture of what I got on the penny shopping page, and they wouldn't take it.
Oh.
Says it was in violation of location, so I didn't even say where I was at.
What?
Oh, weird.
It's like, fine
Hmm.
then. You don't need to know.
Wow.
I said everybody else. I did
Violation of
exactly what.
location.
Yeah, it's I did everything what everybody else does. They show a picture with the receipt, and it didn't even have the
Oh,
location on it.
it didn't?
No, I had it folded down under so it wouldn't see where it was at. I'm
Well,
thinking,
that's crazy.
I just like, fine.
They had a lot of bad things happen to people that were posting like where they actually got their stuff from. They had like people calling the Dollar General stores and telling people at Dollar General that they were getting ripped off by these penny shoppers, and like saying, here, go to this website, and or I'll send you an email showing the receipt. And like it was pretty bad. So that's one of the reasons why they don't want you to put location. But if you had it,
I didn't have a location because I made sure that because I made that mistake the very first time I posted when I said the word Mason. I didn't say Mason, Ohio or nothing like that. I just said Mason.
Right.
And that was it. And they wouldn't let me post it. So I caught on there. But I thought, well, and it was like 3 or 4 pictures above me. Somebody had a thing. So I did, basically the same thing. I just folded over the top half of it where it shows where it's at and just showed what I paid for it. And I thought, fine then.
Oh, okay, whatever.
I won't share.
Man.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I picked up. I really wasn't planning on like doing that much shopping, but and I had went to Dollar General. They have these. There's spicy chicken sandwich.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember what the brand of them are, but they're the only like Walmart doesn't carry that brand, and they have chicken sandwiches at Walmart, but I don't like those. I like the ones that are at Dollar General.
Probably,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause that
So I
link
pick
expired.
those up. I usually
On our email.
try to get as many as I can. They don't keep very many in stock, so I have
Yeah.
to go there and I'll pick up some. But that was really the only reason why I was going there, was just to pick those up. And yeah, and then I got roped into the whole 70% off. So
Mm.
that's okay. That's all right. You know.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll be able to sell everything I got. Yeah. And then the thrift store, I didn't really plan on, because I had just been there, and so I was like, well, I'll probably, I have to go look though and see if they've got any cowboy boots or, they put anything out, and so, but I picked up a bunch of stuff there too, so. I just had a whole van load full of stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, that's good.
So, yeah, just more stuff to get listed.
Yeah. Made more work for yourself.
No doubt.
I bought this pair of cowboy boots at auction here like last week, and they're dingoes. And I looked them up, and their comps are like $80. And I paid $15 for them. I'm like, well, $80, that's pretty good. But I ran them at auction, and there's not very many on eBay right now, and not in this size. They're like a size 12. Right now, they end today. They're bid up to $187.
Nice.
Ooh.
And that's like kind of like
job.
my thing is my pitch on. Sometimes it's all right to run an auction.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Yeah, I just had that pair of Tony Llamas, and those sold for $100, and those were a size 14. And yeah, those sold on Poshmark for $100.
That's awesome.
Another reason why I like to sell shoes on Poshmark. But
Yeah, because people like the shipping for
the
shoes and
shipping,
stuff.
and then I think I had to pay I want to say they were like £7, and I had to pay like $4 extra for the shipping because they were over the £5 rate. But
Yeah.
you can't beat that.
Mm.
You really can't. Can't beat the shipping over there, and then also there's no returns over there, so that's one of the reasons why I
Yeah.
love
They're the school guy. I don't remember.
Who downloaded it?
it.
Well, I called Marshall Clinic and then I gave him permission to send it. I mean, I could call Marshall Clinic again.
I'm gonna think
Okay.
of. Would you call this like keyhole in the back for the swimsuit?
I would just say open, like an open back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd just say open back.
Yeah, that's bad, Joanna. She went by a house that had like heaters with the hoses and stuff running into the house, and they're trying to kill bed bugs.
Oh man, gross.
I would. I don't know. That would be scary.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
it's
would.
maybe it isn't something as bad as bed bugs. Maybe it's like roaches or something.
Maybe.
That would be horrible.
That would be bad too. I mean,
Well, and the bedbugs don't listen. My grandfather in Chicago,
And this would be like in the 1930s. They rented an apartment and it had bed bugs. They moved in and the thing had bed bugs. So what he did was he took tin cans and he put kerosene that him and my grandmother had a metal bed, and they put the bed legs in these cans, and then he put kerosene in the cans. So when the bed bugs would try to get to the bed at night, they would wind up in the kerosene and die. And that's why I finally stopped them from getting on the bedding or whatever, because they just couldn't find them. Later, they had to update the electricity in the apartment, and when they took the switch plate covers off, the bed bugs were in the switch plate in the inside the outlets things. That's where they were hiding. So
Oh
when you're
my
spraying the
gosh.
bedding and washing the bedding, those bed bugs could be quite a distance away from the bed actually, and then just at night they know to come. When you're not moving around or whatever, they know to come suck your blood.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. That my grandpa told me that story when I was a little kid. It just always gave me the chills.
That's freaky.
Yes, a bed bug's just trying to survive like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just trying to make a bed bug living.
Sucking the blood out of everything we can get a hold of, right?
So now you're up to 35.
Oh my god.
Man.
I mean, I just listed it like a half hour ago. No, he can just bid on it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of didn't think about it real well when I was getting all the stuff from the dumpster, but everything that I was getting from that dumpster was usually already washed or processed in some way. So
Well, and I think the other thing is not that it can happen, but it's pretty cold where you're at in Michigan. It seems like, and I know there's like for me, we didn't get those kind of problems. And I don't know if it's just, it freezes them out or whatever, but it didn't seem like we would get it as much.
And a lot of people get them traveling. You'll stop at like any motel, and whoever the people were, they brought them with them in their luggage, and then they remain in the room, and then they wind up in your luggage and stuff when you leave.
Yeah. And I don't go anywhere, so.
Me neither. Yeah, I'm scared to death of motel rooms because
we
of that.
self-quarantine, so we don't go anywhere.
Bye, Joanna. Have a great day.
Oh,
Good
get
stuff.
lots of good stuff at the bins. You're so lucky.
Find it all.
I'm super jelly of you.
All the goods. Oh, yeah. One of these days I'm going to get back to the bins, but I've got a bins like right across the street here.
Mm.
I keep saying every week I'm going to go in there and I'm going to start pulling stuff, but it just don't seem to happen.
You'll get there.
I hope.
I think we're going to make our first trip to the bins in Orlando because
Oh, yeah.
Rob and Lisa, a couple pickers, they were saying that their bins there are pretty clean, and also that they have shallow bin. Like some places, apparently the bins are really deep and you can kind of dive into them to get out of them.
Yeah.
The ones there are very shallow, so it's easier to see what's there. So I think we're going to do it.
Good.
Down there.
Cool.
Brave the bin.
That sounds fun.
There's a really good auction in Orlando, and I think it's like Thursday night. I went to it when I was down there, and actually I did pretty good on it, but you're probably flying, so that'd be hard to pack up.
So yeah.
Well, anyway, it's worth seeing. If you're driving, just check Auction Zip. I think it was like on Thursday night. It's at night. It's like 6 or 7 at night. And actually it was pretty good auction. They had a lot of like Disney statues they auctioned off, household stuff, antique stuff. It was pretty cool.
You had to pay for anything though before you removed it.
Yeah, and they did the auction like in 2 halves. So the first half you had to pay for everything before they started the second, before you could bid on the second half of the auction. It's a lot more like secure with money there. Like the teller is behind a glass window, and they have security guards and that. It's a little different.
Before you take anything out to your vehicle, you have to show it show them that you paid for it.
Yeah.
Which for us, I mean, even here in Kentucky, they don't check anything. They just you take it out to the car or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always wondered about that, like at the auction place that I have went to before, because I always felt like I I mean, they never said anything to me, and I've always seen other people like take their stuff out, and then pay for it at the end. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I always felt like, I guess.
We only had that Orlando auction.
And one in Wisconsin.
And there was
Southern
one
Wisconsin.
in southern Wisconsin. We went to a farm implement lot auction where you had to show the guy when you went through the fence that the ticket that you had paid for the stuff. But like these small auctions, I mean, they got a copy of your driver's license and everything. I mean, they're going to figure out how to find you.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure probably if you left an auction without paying for it, they probably call the cops for theft, eh?
No,
Probably.
yeah, but the problem is stealing other people's stuff. It's been bought, but you're taking somebody else's stuff out.
Oh yeah, that happens everywhere. I mean, we've had that happen in Wisconsin.
But that's why when they stop you to make sure it's your stuff when you're walking out the door.
I had it happen here. Jim was sick and I went to an auction by myself and I bought this. I didn't buy it. It was brand new in the box. I bought it because I figured I'd use it like on my horse barn. It was one of those cupola things where it sucks the hot air out of a building, and I paid like $5 for it. I get it down, I put it with my stuff. I'm hauling my stuff to the car. I pack my stuff in, I go buy other stuff. And then I'm like, Jim, when I came home, I'm like, did you take that vent thing out of the car? He's like, no, it was gone. Somebody swiped it off my pile when I was walking back and forth taking stuff to the car, and I lost it. But at least I didn't pay very much for it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like going to auctions by myself, because usually then I always have Jim to like guard my stuff or get my stuff to the car.
Yeah.
I can yell from across the field, hey, that's my stuff.
I never saw him.
No, but I've had that. Remember that one auction where they're digging? I had those knives and stuff in that one thing. I'm yelling at the guy. It was like 100 feet away. I'm yelling, hey.
Yeah, I've called people assholes at auctions. It don't bother me none.
But it's, I was just looking at it. What the hell are you looking at stuff that don't belong to you? I mean, yeah you're looking to steal stuff. Yeah, it's better. It's always good to have a wing person.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I am a one-woman band.
Yeah. Have a wagon you bring with you so you can drag the stuff faster. I never am that prepared. Like that auction where I lost the air vent thing, but I had an antique tabletop Victrola with like the brass horn on it. So I gotta make sure I'm not gonna lose that thing. So I gotta get that to the car. So Mr. Christmas crap, so they got me on it. No, well, it happens, live and learn.
Yeah.
Now, if I'd have saw him carrying it, I'd be like, hey, asshole, that's mine. I bought that.
Right.
But unfortunately, I didn't see the person.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap it up for today. Lori, you have good surgery tomorrow, and
Tomorrow.
everything's going to go just as planned, and it's going to be brand new once you come out.
Yeah. We'll be ready to
Yeah,
tap
good luck,
dance.
Lori, tomorrow.
All right.
I'll be thinking about you.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll probably be woozied out by the time I get home. So
Oh, I'm sure.
Mm.
I am sure.
Yeah. And didn't Nikki say she's getting a shot in her eye?
no.
Is that today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark.
Like, dang, I've always used the expression, that's better than poking the eye with a sharp stick.
No, but
But
they
now
numb it
Nikki's
pretty
getting it
good.
done.
I had a drill in my eye. They had like these little drills to try to fix my lens, so I got through that.
Oh.
I didn't feel it. It's creepy, but anyway. But you don't feel anything. So.
As long as you're numbed up real good.
Yeah.
Everything.
Okie dokie.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll see you guys later. We'll see you tomorrow, and everybody have a great day.
Bye, everybody.
Nice.
Sales, and see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.